This morning, President Trump tweeted that there was not much political support behind the idea of raising the age to acquire a firearm from 18 to 21, and this was a state-based issue. And this goes along with uh, the fallout since the Florida high school shooting, and continues with the Trump administration's push for gun laws in the wake of that event. Um, as I've mentioned beforehand, I think the idea of, oh, we'll just make you wait 36 more months before you can get this weapon will prove to be ineffective. And one of the reasons for that is people, first of all, acquire firearms illegally, but also the arguments made in favor of it, where people will say, oh, well, the added maturity. And obviously, this will be anecdotal. I don't feel that much different from 3 years ago. Certainly not in terms of what my interests are. And a person who is already hell bent on getting revenge is going to sidestep that law um, in any way that they can. You go back to the Rebecca Schaefer case where the perpetrator of that crime was underage, so he had his older brother to sign off on the weapon for him that he used to murder her back in July of 1989. So, and I'm bringing that up as an example of how there, even when we have laws against things, there are still ways to bypass them. And even though we can't have anything that's foolproof, this just isn't the way to go. I've stated my disagreement with the arming of school officials, and in my view, what they should be trying to do is increase the security of these schools. We all remember the story of the one officer who was there that cowered and ran away. And that's something that is hard for me to believe a multitude of people would do if they were armed. But that's not being talked about by either side. You don't have people complaining about the lack of security in terms of those who are supposed to have weapons, law enforcement, actually being deployed there. Now you have people who are complaining about gun laws and the arming of teachers and policies of that nature that have been proposed before. And it's just this thing where it's as though you seem to, from the perspective of someone that wants the law enforcement to be increased at these institutions, it almost feels as if you're in this kind of blank world state where you just can't make any dent. And I pitched this idea with whoever I speak to about these various acts of mass violence revolving around the usage of firearms. It appears that they've never heard of this before. And, I'm not trying to claim myself as some revolutionary by any means, but I think my idea is one that should have bipartisan support. See, in a fair, just world, I would say, oh, let's just have gun control and everything will be right with the world. But given that there are multiple red states where they pitched a narrative of a good guy with the gun saves people from the bad guy with the firearm, you would think that they would try to put more good guys with firearms in places where there are defenseless individuals, such as schools, such as most forms of work that don't revolve around some weapon of mass destruction being readily deployable. So that's my stance on this. Him not having political support for it might be true, but there's a reason why things aren't changing, and it's because of what we're trying to propose instead of what we're ignoring.